Right. Well, good morning, everybody. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, so a few weeks ago, Dana asked me to give a mission moment talk about stewardship using personal examples. So I can't resist the temptation, and I'd like to go ahead and draw on my experience as Emmanuel's treasurer over the past few years to illustrate what I call mission possible. Now, as Emmanuel's treasurer, the one who writes the checks, I'm very much aware of the need for financial gifts to keep everything going. Without money in the bank, we can't pay our bills. It's pretty obvious, right? But as treasurer, I see this up close and personal on a weekly basis. And when I say that we need money to keep everything going, you might ask, well, what exactly is everything? It's our mission, right? The 4 pillars, carried out by paid professionals and volunteers. So, I think everybody here, we know our 4 pillars, right? We worship God, work for justice, build community, and welcome all. But we also keep everything going by maintaining our building, making it an effective base for ministry, making it welcoming, making it accessible, providing hospitality so that we can love our neighbors as ourselves. I call this mission possible. To take this a bit further, I think the 4 paid professionals do a fantastic job and should be compensated fairly for all of their efforts. I imagine there's lots of agreement on this point. But we can lose sight of it every now and then, right? But when you're the one writing the checks, you think about it all the time. By paying our staff equitably, we're all working toward mission possible. As another example, one of the expense categories that always captures my attention is elevator maintenance and inspections. It's true. Well, it's easy to say that we welcome everyone, and then just speak kindly to a wide variety of visitors whom we may perceive as being different from us, or maybe feed them on occasion. It's something else entirely for Emmanuel to actually pay roughly $5,000 to $6,000 a year to have an elevator, or to continue to pay off the loan for the fellowship hall renovation, which got us that elevator, and for bathrooms for those who would use wheelchairs, or gender-neutral bathrooms to help others feel welcome. Sometimes welcoming others requires financial resources, not just kind words. It takes financial resources to make mission possible. And yes, I realize that paying our bills can seem pretty mundane, and maybe I'm not supposed to be talking about money in church like this. But I think I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that as a treasurer, I'm very grateful, week in and week out, that we join together to make mission possible. And finally, just so you all don't think that I'm totally focused on money, because I'm not, I'd like to add that I've always been inspired by the time and talents devoted to Emmanuel's numerous ministries. What are we doing to bring us toward following Christ's example, individually and as a community? Here's a short list. We've got, what do we have going? Church council, coffee hour, solar panels, choir, quilters, overnight shelter, worship leaders, farmers market, Zoom hosts, Christian education, group spiritual direction, IT support, musicians, refugee kits, financial oversight, Christmas gifts for preschoolers and their families, and various committee memberships. It's quite a gamut, right? Okay, and I know the risk of listing ministries is that invariably you leave something out, and I apologize for that. But suffice it to say, all of these ministries and anything else you add to the list are what I consider Emmanuel's mission possible. I am inspired to join you all in making Emmanuel's mission possible with gifts of time, talent, and financial resources. Amen.